Dear participants and dear audience, welcome to the second International Conference on Contemporary Issues in Commerce. Now we will have the second presentation session. We will start with Mr. Ayyıldız. Yes, please, you may.
Thank you, Professor. My name is Ekim Ayyıldız. I am Marketing Management PhD student at İstanbul Ticaret University. I will present my study on effect of e-commerce applications on consumer behavior. With the effect of COVID-19 pandemic in the world, e-commerce applications have become widespread rapidly. The closures implemented within the scope of pandemic measures have made very important effects on consumer behavior, pushing them to search for safe shopping without leaving their houses. To meet this exception of consumers, businesses had to complete their digital transformation and implement online shopping channels quickly, including international e-commerce applications. Regarding the terms e-commerce and digital transformation, some definitions are shown on the screen. A basic definition of e-commerce is commercial transactions conducted electronically on the internet. E-commerce can be defined as the activity of electronically buying or selling of products on online services or over the internet. While the transformation of business processes using information technologies is expressed as digitalization, the transformation of all strategic decision-making processes, business processes and value propositions of enterprises or institutions is expressed as digital transformation. Digital maturity refers to a company's ability to respond appropriately to developments in the digital domain, integrate technological advances into operational procedures, and advance personal digital competency. While this situation requires businesses to change the way they operate, to review their business processes, and to implement functions such as online sales, digital marketing, online advertising, integrated distribution, usage of international payment and tax systems, it also has affected the way consumers make their purchasing decisions by improving their ability to shop online without going to the store and to use electronic payment infrastructures, even if they were older people avoiding digital channels. Regarding the term digital marketing used on the previous slide, definitions and tools are shown on the slide. Kotler, Shalowitz, and Stevens, referring to digital marketing, define it as a social and management process through which different groups and individuals obtain what they need and want, creating, offering, and exchanging products with value for others. Digital marketing is also defined as the use of innovative practices to introduce products and services to consumers at the right time, in accordance with their personal characteristics, and in a cost-efficient way, using database-oriented distribution channels. Some of the digital marketing tools are online sales platforms and websites, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, influencer marketing or WOM, content marketing, email marketing, and use of CRM software. This change has brought many requirements for businesses, such as providing electronic commerce connectivity, digitizing business functions, and integrating the software tools. This situation required enterprises not only to review the marketing mix elements and create their digital marketing strategies, but also prepare a digital transformation plan, manage its processes, and monitor their digital transformation maturity. From the perspective of consumer behavior, customer touchpoints have decreased, in-store shopping has been replaced by e-commerce channels, and traditional promotion methods have been replaced by concepts such as social media marketing, search engine marketing, influencer marketing, and content marketing. While the purchasing decision stages were changing, the consumer has been able to reach thousands of consumers internationally who are interested in the same product and share their feedback on the products utilizing the comment section on the e-commerce platform or their social media accounts. Although this may seem like a great advantage for a business in terms of reaching larger or international markets, it has become more important than ever to put customer satisfaction at the center of business strategy. Otherwise, businesses will be faced with decreased brand loyalty and lose their customers to cross-border e-commerce competitors. With this study, it's aimed to figure out the relationship and impact of academic publications, including the keywords, e-commerce, digital marketing, and consumer behavior, analyzing the network between these terms regarding the authors, countries, contents, and affiliations by means of bibliometric analysis. Bibliometric analysis is a technique that allows researchers to obtain comprehensive information about the history and development of a particular field through bibliometric indicators, and it is one of the effective ways to evaluate and monitor dynamic changes in research topics in a particular field of study. This methodology is important as it provides a categorized view of the documents published in each research field based on objective criteria for analyzing and classifying publications. During bibliometric analysis, data is retrieved from Web of Science database, including e-commerce, digital marketing, and consumer behavior keywords. Co-authorship and co-occurrence analysis were conducted with 1,000 records published between 2019 and 23, sorted with the criteria of citation highest first. Co-occurrence analysis results are shown on the slide. Overlay visualization shows e-commerce is studied in relation with the terms digital marketing, social media, impact, online, technology, and model. Network visualization shows these terms are used mostly after 2019. Density visualization shows the terms with the most strength related to e-commerce are digital marketing, social media, and impact. Co-authorship analysis results are shown on the slide. Overlay visualization shows more studies based on these keywords are published in the last 2 years. Network visualization shows there are 7 clusters, including 5 or more authors, published articles related to each other. Density analysis shows England, France, Netherlands, Spain, Germany, India, USA, Australia, and China are the countries that most of the authors of these publications are from. These findings can be used for building framework for more detailed or quantitative research regarding the effect of e-commerce applications on consumer behavior. The references used for the study are shown on the slide. This concludes my presentation. Thanks for listening. I will be more than happy to answer any questions. Professor?
Thank you, Mr. Ayyıldız, for your presentation. Is there any question? I guess no. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thanks for listening.
And now we'll go on with Arzan. The effect
Hello,
of
everyone.
Yeah, your subject is the effect of intercultural interaction on the glocalization of Döner Kebab. So let's hear you.
Can anyone see my presentations?
Yes, we can.
Okay, hello, everyone. First of all, I apologize in advance if there are any vegetarians or vegans in the session. My presentation is about the Döner Kebab and the impact intercultural interaction. So I will talk about the origins of Döner. Then we will discuss local globalization and touch, and later on how Döner Kebab has become a global food in the process of globalization. Finally, we will conclude with the general assessment of my presentation. I will try to explain this phenomenon. I'm sorry, I couldn't say this in Turkish too. Phenomenological situation to you by describing two different cases in my study. Okay. Glocalization, defined as the combination of expanding and focusing impulses in modern systems, emerged as a key idea in 21st century. The Döner Kebab is a Turkish delicacy spread globally with local variations and is an exceptional instance of food sector localization. The Döner Kebab is variated regionally, demonstrates the power of cultural interaction and adaptation in today's globalized world. The term globalization refers to blending globally and local cultures, goods and practices to create products that appeal to local and global markets. Globalization has become a popular business strategy for creating customer loyalty by customizing products or services to suit local cultures while preserving a strong global brand identity. Now I want to tell you the story of glocalization of Döner Kebab through cultural interaction. Here there is a picture of James Robertson taken in 1855. This photograph is considered to be the world's first Döner photograph. Since Ottoman, Döner Kebab exists. Döner Kebab has its origins in the Ottoman Empire of the 18th century. The earliest written mentions of Döner Kebab can be found in Evliya Çelebi Seyahatname, which all of us know. Döner kebabs were initially prepared on horizontal skewers, similar to çağ kebabs today. And an English spy, W.J. Childs, who lived in Istanbul between 1909 and 1913, and traveled through Anatolia, described a horizontal Döner Kebab he ate in Amasya. The Döner Kebab, which has taken from Ottoman and localized in Arab countries, began to be sold under the name shawarma, and it was introduced to Greece during the population exchange of 20s and eventually sold under the name of gyros. Lebanese and Syrian immigrants brought shawarma to Mexico, which evolved into the taco doraco. Turkish immigrants in West Berlin introduced the modern sandwich variant of Döner Kebab in the 70s, which has since become a popular fast food dish sold by kebab shops around the world. The sandwich version of the kebab gained global popularity in the mid-late 20th century. It was first introduced in London in 1966 and became popular in other cities by late 70s. Similar dishes like gyros, döner, and taco had evolved from shawarma in Greece, Canada, and Mexico around the same time. Turkish guest workers in Germany popularized the sandwich style of kebab, in early 70s, and then it became too popular in the world. Glocalization is the process of tailoring internationally available goods and services to the demands of taste and regional markets. And Döner Kebab spread beyond Turkey's borders and now enjoyed in many countries. Döner Kebab has also some different variations in Turkey, and these differences emphasize significance of food culture and shaping local regional identities. Now we can see some different Döner Kebabs of Turkey. There is Ankara and Erzurum Çağ Kebabı. Those are two different examples of region-specific Döner Kebabs that have been granted geographical identification status. Other famous variations are like Bodrum Döneri, Ulaş Yaprak Döneri, İzmir, etc. There is many of them. So here, the incorporation of locally sourced ingredients and traditional cooking techniques into Döner preparations to add the kebab a rich gastronomic experience and offered by diverse regional variations of Döner Kebab. There are many alternative varieties in Turkey based on presentation and materials. In my study here, in my written study, I detailed how glocalization of Döner Kebab in 10 different countries influenced local culture and economy. However, due to time limit in here, I will only present two different specific case examples. I want to discuss with you the intercultural economic impacts of glocalization of Döner Kebab in Brazil and also in Germany, which serves a prime example. I will start with Döner Kebab. I will start with Brazilian Döner. It's Brazilian dish. Churrasco is a version of Döner Kebab that has been localized and modified to fit the local taste. This is a popular dish in Brazil and often consumed during soccer matches. Chicken or beef marinated with species and grilled on a vertical spit for Brazilian style Döner Kebab. The meat served with vegetables, sauce, and pita. One fascinating aspect of the Brazilian style Döner Kebab is its immense popularity and high demand in Turkey. According to the articles written by Hürriyet and Vedat Milor, the Brazilian style Döner Kebab has gained enormous popularity in the restaurants in Istanbul. And to make this version of the Döner Kebab, chicken and beef marinated in blends of species and then grilled on a vertical spit. This cultural fusion of the dish highlights the experimental potential of glocalization, and it emphasizes that the glocalization can be created by cultural exchange of the culinary world, also can be remarketed as a new item in the country of the origin. I have another example which I decided to do this study. It was because I wait this line years ago and wait for a Döner Kebab in Berlin at Mustafa's Gemüse Kebab. The history of the Döner Kebab in Germany is a prime example of glocalization also. The Döner Kebab was brought to the Germany by Kadir Nurman and Mehmet Aygün as a part of Gartarbeiter, sorry, I don't speak German, wave of the guest workers in the 70s. Originally made with beef and served with rice and salad and pita, the Döner Kebab has transformed to a sandwich for busy Germans to eat to go. The majority of Döner Kebab shops are small, family-run business. The Döner Kebab has become an export item in Germany, for Germans worldwide. The Döner Kebab is a €1 billion trade in Germany with around 40,000 kebab shops across the country. Berlin alone has over 1,000 Döner Kebab shops and average of 400,000 kebab are consumed daily. Approximately 550 tons of meat are consumed daily. Inflation in 2022 increased the price of kebabs, resulting outcry and political campaigns for a Döner price cap.
Sorry, dear Arzan, we have 2 minutes.
Okay. The Döner Kebab is a cross-cultural, is considered a symbol of Turkish-German integration, is a fusion of German and Turkish cultures, and also is the power of cultural exchange, adaptation, and global influence, and shape local cultures. Döner Kebab has become a global craze, with each local developing its own district version of the dish. The adaptability of kebab is one important factor. Döner Kebab remains a food of deep cultural roots, especially in Turkey and in Germany. Local kebabs seen as a symbol of multiculturalism and integration, and also intercultural exchange and adaptation. Researchers can explore cultural adaptations and exchange and nurture analysis and supply chain and sustainability, branding, marketing about this food, kebab food industry, and also the areas like marketing strategy by Döner Kebab business could provide us insights to successful brand marketing and marketing in the food and fast food industry. Those are my references, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Arzan, for your presentation. It was interesting for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will go on with Talha.
Yes, it's my turn. I am sharing my presentation page. I hope everybody can see my presentation clearly, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Talha Karadayı. I am a research assistant at Istanbul Commerce University, Istanbul Ticaret University. My department is international trade. Today I am challenging to explain my study It's about the efficiency outcomes on human development scores and investment rates of the developing G20 countries. First of all, we can say all countries race to increase the level of the development and welfare. Which of the countries' repeat move is among the most frequent spoken table talks. However, not everyone competes on equal terms. While analyzing countries, each country should be evaluated according to its resources. Therefore, it is necessary to compare countries with each other in homogeneous groups. Domestic or foreign investments in a country may depend on many criteria, such as people's education, life quality, political and social structures, as well as market needs and the cheap workforce. Therefore, the investment decisions to be made includes many criteria. At this point, countries can make various breakthroughs to attract more investments. It can be misleading to look only at economic data when making comparisons between countries. At this juncture, it will be stunning and beneficial to include the life expectancy, education level, and gross national income of the countries in the calculation. At this point, countries can make various breakthroughs to attract more investment, as I said. Their breakthrough may be to facilitate human living conditions and increase human capital to make the investment environment attractive, as well as create a cheap labor market, drilling environmental policies, and unfortunately, creating a capitalist-dominated ecosystem. Therefore, it may be misleading to look only at economic data when looking at investment attractiveness between countries. This study focuses on 10 developing countries that are in G20 countries, G20 classification. It performs data envelopment analysis between the Human Development Index published by the United Nations and the investment data shared in the World Economic Outlook's April 2023 reports, which is coming from the IMF, and determines the efficiency of countries is receiving investment. The data, which is the most up-to-date from 2021, will be analyzed in RStudio software, and it will be determined which countries come to the fore in 2021 compared to other countries' data. In this way, it is planned to discover the countries that have received the maximum investment with the minimum human development scores among the developing G20 countries. Okay, we can meet with the Human Development Index. What is Human Development Index? The Human Development Index is a summary measure of average achievements in key dimension of human development, a long and healthy life, being knowledgeable, and having a decent standard of living. The HDI is the geometric mean of the normalized index for each of the three dimensions. The HDI was developed to underline that rather than relying solely on economic growth to measure a nation's development, consideration should be given the people and their potential. Okay, what is our dimensions, indicators, and index? Let's look at. Our dimensions are long and healthy life, knowledge, and a decent standard of living. In addition, our indicators are life expectancy at birth, expected years of schooling, many years of schooling, and finally, GNI per capita. Similarly, our index are life expectancy index, education index, and GNI index. When we harmonize all of them, we are arriving HDI index. The health dimension is assessed by life expectancy at birth. The education dimension is measured by a mean of years of schooling for adults aged 25 years and more, and expected years of schooling for children of schooling entering age. The standard of living dimension is measured by gross national income per capita. The HDI used the logarithmic of income to reflect the diminishing importance of income with increasing GNI. The score for the three HDI dimensions in the case are then aggregated into a composite index using geometric means. The HDI can be used to question national policy choices, asking how two countries with the same level of GNI per capita can end up with different human development outcomes. These contrasts can stimulate debate about government policy priorities. The HDI simplified and captured only a part of what human development entails. It does not reflect on inequalities, poverty, human security, and empowerment, etc. Okay, let's look at the Human Development Index in 2021. When we check the our 10 developing G20 countries, the highest score belongs to Saudi Arabia with the 0.875, and the lowest point belongs to India with the 0.633, and you can see the all other countries point as the graphics. Okay, what is the World Economic Outlook and what is our investment data? Let's look at World Economic Outlook survey by the IMF, usually published twice a year. It presents IMF economists' analysis of global economic development during the near and medium term. Chapters give an overview as well as more detailed analysis of the world economy, consider issues affecting industry countries, developing countries, and economies in transition to market, and address topics of pressing current interest. And our data is total investment. Total investment expressed as a ratio of total investment in certain local currency and GDP in certain local currency. The data in this study are presented as the ratio of investment to GDP. Investment or gross capital formation is measured by the total value of the gross fixed capital formation and changes in inventories and acquisitions less disposals of valuable for a unit or sector. The total investment data used in the study is the data shared in the April 2023 edition of the World Economic Outlook and belongs to the year 2021. Let's look at our total investment data according to World Economic Outlook to 2021. When we look this graph, this table, we can see the highest total investment is coming from China with the 0.43 and lower. And our second highest total investment belongs to Turkey. And you can see the other countries respectively. And our lowest investment data is going to South Africa with these lowest points. Okay, what is our analysis? Our analysis is data envelopment analysis. Is a non-parametric method of linear programming in which the efficiency of each unit. These units, we call them decision-making units. Included in the study is estimated according to the most efficient units forming the production frontiers. The advantage of this data envelopment analysis is based on production frontiers. These production frontiers allow for the inclusion of a wide variety of activities related to production units. All these activities, all results can be converted into a single index, which is a measure of the efficiency of a particular unit in comparison with other units included in the scope of the work. When we check the review and the literature, we can see data envelopment analysis can use for cross-national macroeconomical data analyzing, and it is helping to macroeconomic analysis. Therefore, what is measured is called comparative efficiency. To cover the various activities, the inputs to be used to produce the desired level of outputs must also be defined. Perils who focus on the productivity of firms and industries first induced the data envelopment analysis to the literature. The model was further developed by the Chernos et al. And solidified in the literature as part of productivity analysis. After our analysis, we can see the results like my table. The highest point belongs to China, second highest belongs to India, third highest belongs to Indonesia, and the other countries respectively you can see. And what is the mean of this analysis? What is the mean of this table? We can understand the China, India, and Indonesia have minimum human development scores, but they are taking maximum total investment. We can maybe comment about this situation. They don't interest and give attention to human development issues and human quality or human life quality, but they are taking the investment. How? Maybe cheap working market, labor market, maybe the drilling environmental policies, maybe they are occurring capitalist dominant ecosystem. We don't know, but we can comment like that. When we check our other graphs, we can see the green one is the China, and other 9 red columns belongs to other 9 countries. And the last graphs. Yes, finally, we can check our scores and our results totally. We can see which countries has a highest point with the dark red and which is the lowest point with the dark green. And we can see which countries take the minimum points from the Human Development Index. Generally, they take the highest point from the investment and significantly efficiency point. And I am talking my last words. When the efficiency scores obtained as a result of the data envelopment analysis were examined, it was seen that the first China, second India, and third Indonesia. There 3 countries have a relatively higher investment with a lower human development level compared to the other 7 countries. It shows that countries with cheap labor, enduring environmental awareness, and a capitalist dominant environment such as China, India, and Indonesia come to the fore is attracting investment. The situation brings to light to risk that the initiative carried out for the purpose of economic development cannot show parallelism, unfortunately, with the well-being of the society. While countries stimulate their economies by attracting investment, they should also increase the level of human development. For these attractive and innovative solutions should be produced. Thank you to listening my presentation, and there are my references.
Thank you very much, Talha Hocam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now we'll go on, Mahmood. Mahmood's topic is the role of artificial intelligence in the globalization of business.
Good afternoon, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can, and also we can see your presentation.
Okay. Thank you for having me here today to talk about the role of artificial intelligence in the globalization of business and communication. As we all know, AI is rapidly transforming the world we live in, and its impact on business and communication cannot be overstated. Today, I want to explore how AI is shaping the way we do business globally and how it's facilitating communication across borders and cultures. First, what is the artificial intelligence? Firstly, let's define what artificial intelligence is. AI is the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as recognizing speech, making decisions, and solving problems. AI is not a new concept, but in recent years, it has become more sophisticated thanks to advances in machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision about this. One of the biggest impacts of AI on business is automation. By automating routine tasks, businesses can increase efficiency and reduce costs. For example, AI-powered chatbots can handle customer inquiries, freeing up customer service representatives to handle more complex issues. AI can be also analyze vast amount of data to identify patterns and trends, enabling business to make better decisions and improve their bottom line. Another way AI is transforming business is through personalized customer experiences. By analyzing customer data, AI can predict customer behavior and preferences, enabling businesses to offer personalized recommendation and target marketing campaigns. This leads to greater customer satisfaction and loyalty. Now, let's talk Now let's talk about the globalization of business. AI is playing a key role in enabling businesses to expand globally with AI-powered language translation and cultural understanding tools. Businesses can overcome language and cultural barriers, allowing them to reach new markets and customers. This is particularly important in today's globalist world, where companies are no longer confined to their home country. One example, if I want to say, this is Alibaba, the Chinese e-commerce giant. Alibaba uses AI-powered translations tools to communicate with foreign sellers and buyers on its platform. This has helped Alibaba expand beyond China and become a global player in the e-commerce industry. Another example, we know that H&M has been using AI to improve its inventory management and supply chain operation, which is essential for its global expansion plans. By analyzing customer data and sales trends, AI-powered algorithms can predict demand and optimize inventory levels, ensuring that each store has the right product in stock at the right time. In addition, H&M is using AI-powered chatbot to improve its customer service and engagement, particularly in regions where different languages and cultures may pose a barrier to communication. For example, H&M chatbot in Japan can understand Japanese text and respond with relevant product recommendation and styling tips. Furthermore, H&M is using AI-powered visual search technology to enhance its online shopping experience. Customers can upload photos of clothing items they like, and the AI system will generate similar product from H&M inventory. This is particularly helpful for customers in different regions who may have a different preferences and styles. Overall, H&M use of AI helping to support its global expansion effort by improving its inventory management, customer engagement, and online shopping experience. Finally, let's discuss the role of AI in communication. AI-powered tools such as chatbots, voice assistants, and natural language processing are enhancing communication across sports and cultures. For example, chatbots can handle customer inquiries in multiple languages, and voice assistants like Amazon Alexa can understand different accent and dialect, or like the Siri in Apple company. While AI has the potential to transform business and industries, there are also potential downside and risks associated with its use. It is important to acknowledge that potential downside in any discussion of AI impact on business and society. One of the major concerns around AI is the potential for job displacement. As AI and automation continue to replace human labor in various industries, many workers may find themselves without jobs. This can lead to economic inequality and social unrest, particularly in regions where certain industries are the main source of employment. Another concern is privacy and security. As AI becomes more pervasive in business and society, it has access to vast amounts of personal and sensitive data. If this data is mishandled or falls into the wrong hands, it can lead to serious privacy breaches and security risks. And to another of the problem or risk of bias and discrimination and malicious purpose, we want to go to solution. It is important for businesses and policymakers to address this potential downside of AI and to take steps to mitigate these risks. This includes ensuring that AI systems are transparent and accountable, protecting workers and vulnerable groups, and investing in education and training to prepare for the changing nature of work. Finally, if I wanna speak about conclusion, AI is playing significant role in the globalization of business and communication. By automating tasks, offering personal experience, and overcoming language and culture barriers, AI is enabling business to expand globally and connect with customers from around the world. However, we must also be mindful of the potential risks and ensure that AI is developed and implemented in a responsible manner. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mahmood, for your presentation. It was a popular topic nowadays.
Thank you, Professor.
We will go on with Abide.
Hi,
Hi, welcome.
thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay.
Your topic is, Abide's topic is the self and changing common sense of beauty in global markets, which is also interesting topic. Yeah.
Okay, I will insert my presentation by myself.
You can share your screen.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming. I think I couldn't share.
Berkin Hocam, can you help?
I don't have the presentation file, but if I may get the email, if I may get the document by email, I can share it directly here.
You are the chairman, so you can maybe give her authority.
Okay. Directly, I gave Ms.
Or
Turan.
I can send you
Yes.
from email.
No. Okay, it's okay right now. You can share.
Okay.
You are the co-host now. Good luck with your presentation.
Thank you. Is it coming now?
You can open your presentation and share your screen at the same time.
I opened, but I couldn't share. It doesn't.
Professor, can you help them? Miss Abide, do you have a share a screen button in the Zoom in down?
I think my computer, there's something happened and I couldn't see the file. I can share.
Okay.
but
Let's
I
go on
couldn't
with
finish.
Doğan Mert then. After that time, you will be able to, I guess. I guess you need time, that's why.
But there is a problem in my computer, I think. I can share with somebody, technical man, and maybe they can share my presentation.
Also,
Is it okay?
It's also okay.
Okay, where can I send my presentation?
I will contact you in chat relating with the situation. Please, Doğan Mert, Akdemir, take the stage and start your presentation at once. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Doğan Mert, are you ready for the presentation?
Yes, Professor, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Just a second. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Doğan Mert Akdemir. I am a PhD student in the field of marketing. And today I am here to talk about the topic of influencer review or online customer review, which is more effective on consumer purchase intention, which I prepared with my PhD classmates. Let's start with first slide. The widespread use of the internet has led to an increase in the number of businesses. And in this stage, in parallel with this, in the context of e-commerce, the most widely used internet channel, consumers can easily access a large and varied number of products and services and order them with only a few clicks. Consumers who want to reach the product they want to possess as soon as possible by choosing the right seller are trying to make the right decision in this intense competition. At this point, to facilitate the decision-making process, consumers consider various factors that are part of the e-commerce environment. And to do this, consumers use various signals and cues such as consumer and influencer reviews to make informed decisions and also reduce uncertainty when buying goods and services. Also, consumers shape their purchasing decisions in line with the advice they receive from an individual they trust. Also, at the same time, by using these signals and cues, consumers are more likely to buy from brands that they believe to be trustworthy. Consumers in e-commerce can get ideas from various sources, and these sources of information may include family recommendations, peer recommendations, the reviews in social media platforms, reviews of customers who have already purchased and experienced the products, advertisements published by businesses, and search engine results. Especially in recent years, it's seen that the source of information that affect the consumer's decision-making process for purchasing are concentrated mainly in two areas. One of them is customer comments. These customers who have experienced the product before, and influencer opinions that evaluate these products by addressing large audiences. Understanding how and why different information sources affect consumers' purchasing decision is crucial, given the rise of influencer marketing and the increasing number of customer reviews. Based on this research aims to determine the factors affecting the purchase intention of consumers. Also, it's important to understand the importance of consumers' information sources. Thus, the gap in the literature addressed by this research is the need to understand the factors that influence consumer purchase intention in the context of e-commerce, especially the importance of consumers' information sources. The study also seeks to contribute to the literature on electronic word of mouth and purchase intention. If we consider these sources of information in more detail, let's look at the online customer review. Online platform reviews are a very important source of information for electronic word of mouth, and online customer reviews are a way for people to share their experience with products and services. They often focus on what the product or service offers, as well as any drawbacks, and this can help readers to better understand the products they are considering before they buy them. Also, online customer reviews can increase a consumer's level of happiness, lower the perceived dangers they perceive, and make them more effective decision makers. Also, the more similar reviews there are, the easier it's to understand the quality of the product. On the other hand, the way a review is written, reviews volume, and the variation of reviews can affect the overall rating of a product. In one research, researchers found that 91% of participants checked customer evaluations before purchasing a new product or services. Also, in other previous studies on negative thoughts showed that negative reviews are more likely than positive ones to influence people's evaluations based on goods and services. As I explained in the research previously, online consumer reviews can influence consumers' purchase behavior, and consumer evaluation of the message will be assessed based on the perceived expertise of the sender and the credibility of the message itself, according to signaling and source credibility theory. Customers usually rely on indications or clues to gather knowledge and make purchasing decisions. On the other side, influencer review is on the agenda. Consumers are increasingly using social media as a source of information before making some important decision, like purchase decisions. And in search of information, experiences, and evaluations regarding a product or service, consumers follow influential individuals in their online community. The need for following influential individuals stems from especially customers' search for valuable information. Also, influencers effectively spread message about new products, initiate or popularize new trends, and increase sales. They are also opinion leaders in the era of social media. Opinion leaders can influence consumers' purchase and new product adoption intentions. The assessment of an influencer's quality or expertise in a particular area is determined by signals consumers receive. Therefore, how this process operates is explained by the signaling theory. In addition, the number of followers of an influencer plays a key role in delivering this message, and perceived credibility, allowing the reviews, opinions, and recommendations to be accepted and diffused rapidly. Also, consumers tend to think a large number of followers is an indication that an influencer reviews and recommendations are neutral, unbiased, and authentic. That's why we formed hypothesis one. Influencers having more followers have more impact on the purchase intention than those having fewer followers. Also, according to theory of planned behavior, purchase intention is stated as the most effective antecedent of behavior. And accordingly, it stands out as a variable frequently used in the marketing literature and briefly refers to the likelihood of a consumer purchasing in the future. For example, in one research, the authors examined the impact of online reviews on consumers' purchase intention and found that high-quality online reviews that are supported by facts and strong arguments, as well as a large number of reviews, have positive effects on purchase intention. In another research, the authors investigated the relationship between online reviews and purchase intention in the context of hospitality industry and stated that customers have more purchase intention for high online reviews because products with high scores are considered a result of high quality product or service and reduce perceived risk. Also, this study found that the inclusion of pictures in online reviews improves the perception of trust. Recently, the impact of influencers in recommending certain products to consumers have been highlighted. In another research, the authors examined the impact of influencer promotions on purchase intentions, and according to the results of the study, the perceived authenticity of the influencer's message has a strong influence on purchase intention. There are also many studies examine consumer purchase intentions from the perspective of both consumer reviews and influencer reviews. In one research, the authors examined consumer reviews, influencer opinions, and purchase intention together, and they found that the number of consumer review scores is an important determinant of a consumer purchase intention and can weaken the impact of a negative influencer opinion. That's why we formed hypothesis 2. Positive customer reviews have more effect on the purchase intention than positive influencer reviews. Experimental design was planned. We used Bluetooth headphones as a focal product, and it was planned to compare whether the consumer comment was found useful by other users and the influencer's follower effect. 8 separate questionnaires were included in the experiment. Experimental questionnaires were prepared with Google Forms and were distributed to random subjects. The questionnaires were distributed to 341 participants, and each survey was completed by at least 30 people. On the other hand, the open source Jamovi package was used for data analysis. And as manipulation, the first group was shown a comment that was found useful by other consumers, while the second group was shown a less useful comment. And the third group was shown an influencer with more followers. The last group was shown an influencer with fewer followers. Also, there is another manipulation this is used in the experiment, is whether the comments are positive or negative. I want to summarize the main results of the study. ANOVA test was applied to find out whether the groups differed among themselves. And since the equality of variance was not ensured, the game's Howell post-hoc test was performed. The purchase intention scale is taken from another study, and Cromb alpha value for this scale is highly acceptable according to the results, analysis results. Also, as a result of the normal test, some values are sufficient for that. As a result of ANOVA, it was seen that if the consumer comment and influencer content were positive, the effect of consumer comment on the purchase intention was more positive than the influencer one. Also, correlation analysis was performed. The study found a positive correlation between age and purchase intention, and the highest income group had higher purchase intentions compared to other income groups. On the other hand, the difference between those who follow the influencer content and those who do not have been examined with t-test. Also, it has been observed that those who consider influencers, follow influencers, have lower purchase intentions than those who do not. In conclusion, in this research, we found that positive customer reviews have more impact on purchase intention. Thus, our hypothesis 2 is supported. And businesses, according to this result, businesses should focus on encouraging customer reviews as they are more influential in purchase intention in compare with influencer reviews. And also brands may want to prioritize customer satisfaction and engagement to build a positive reputation. Also, try to generate more customer reviews by encouraging them. Secondly, there is no significant difference and meaning between influencers in terms of their followers, number of followers on the purchase intention. So we reject the hypothesis 1. In this stage, at this point, brands shouldn't solely rely on influencer popularity. Also should consider influencers' expertise and authenticity to increase the effectiveness of their campaigns. Moreover, as the age and income of the participants increase, their intention to purchase increases too. That's why brands may consider tailoring their messaging and promotions towards these demographics to better appeal to their preferences and interests. We have mainly 2 limitations. First one is that the fact that all of the research processes were done in the context of online commerce. This limits the applicability of the findings generally. Therefore, in future study carried out in an offline environment too, also they can benefit from in-store environment. That's why the study can boost generalizability and lend external validity to the results. And second limitation is we only looked at how positive or negative consumer and influencer reviews about headsets, Bluetooth headphones, and these can have an impact on purchase intention. Maybe in another future studies, they can use also fashion, transportation, and products as well. And future research using a variety of product categories would be interesting and provide valuable insights. More studies, however, required in this field. Thank you very much for your listening.
Mert, thank you for your presentation. And thank you to your team, because you are more than one. And we will go on with the last presentation. Abide, I guess you are ready right now.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. It's all about my security system on my computer. And thank you very much, Mr. Binay. You helped a lot.
Of course, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone, again. And I'm Abide Katırcıoğlu. I'm a marketing PhD student in Ticaret University. And I'm very glad to make a presentation with you here. And my topic is the self-concept and the inclusive marketing in global arena. The self-concept is a very vital subject in consumer behavior in marketing field. So I want to combine this concept with the contemporary issues like the inclusive marketing. And it's a very trend subject nowadays. So I want to combine them and we can continue. First of all, I want to explain the self-concept. What is that? Self-concept is a flourishing enterprise in the fields of psychology, sociology, and psychoanalysis. For the better part of half of a century, all three disciplines were largely mute on this subject. And for psychology, the self-concept is a major component of individual cognition. For sociology, it is both a social product and a social force. For psychoanalysis, it is a source of psychological stress and conflict. And here, my actually presentation is starting with here. The self-concept has some dimensions like real and ideal self. And marketers use these dimensions in their work so much. What are those? The ideal self is a person's conception how he or she would like to be. The actual self refers to our more realistic appraisal of the qualities we have or don't have. And when a consumer compares some aspects of herself or himself to an ideal, this judgment influences her self-esteem. And we can continue. Yes, we can continue. And the marketers have been using the ideal self to attract consumers and create a vision for many decades. What I mean, when we see the advertising campaign, we can see a perfect, beautiful woman, a perfect, handsome man, and perfect sizes, perfection, perfection, perfection. Consumers sometimes purchase products because they believe they will be instrumental in helping them achieve some motivational goals. But this has been changing. In the last 10 years, this situation has begun to change. The new trend is accept everyone just like them and not pushing them to be ideal sizes and common sense of beauty. Diversity and inclusivity become very important concepts, especially for Gen Z prefer brands who give importance to be sensitive for this issue, and they prefer brands like this. In this presentation, I wanted to examine some brands who give importance to these issues and who give importance to inclusivity and diversity in their campaigns. Okay, we can continue. Size inclusivity is very, very trend too, and actually it isn't so much a trend as a basic need that is massively underserved in fashion markets, and it is not a marketing concept or marketing campaign or communication campaign. It is a basic need, and it should be like that. For instance, for activewear, brands in the active space need to be inclusive across tall, petite, maternity, the elderly, and those with physical disabilities. And when we give instance for activewear, the activewear market is forecast to be worth $567 billion by 2024, according to MarketWatch, and with almost 70% of women's size US 12 and above, there's a significant opportunity in this market. According to the research by NPD Group, 57% of women in Canada wear non-standard sizes, whether tall, petite, plus junior, while 63% of them have a hard time finding clothes. So we can understand that there is a huge potential for that. And beauty for all. In an era of diversifying populations and with social media empowering more people to find a voice, ensuring product and offer is culturally sensitive has never been more important. Because thanks to social media, we know more people and we have interaction with more and more people. So we have an empathy for more people and we can understand their situations. So Fenty Beauty, who is a very famous brand and owned by a famous singer who is Rihanna, and they offer 50 shades of foundation serving everyone from the lightest skin to the darkest, and exclude no one is their motto, and a business strategy also. From the beginning, their founder Rihanna was very clear that absolutely no one was to be excluded. Her vision of beauty for all became their marketing mission. Okay, we can continue. And disability. According to World Bank Group, over 1 billion people, 15% of the world's population, it means it's huge percent, experience some form of disability. The disabled segment worldwide also has a spending power of $7 trillion, representing a vast opportunity for brands. Meanwhile, gender norms are shifting as attitudes towards masculinity and femininity become more inclusive. With this in mind, inclusivity should no longer be a trend, but a key business priority for brands and retailers looking to engage authentically, especially with Gen Z and millennials, who demand radical inclusivity more than any previous generation. Gen Zs give pretty much importance to these issues. And we can also see Nike example store in the picture. They support Paralympic sports, and in the store they use parasport mannequins to support this subject. And it is from its London flagship store from 2019. And it is very important to show these things in the stores. And when we continue to disabilities, some brands like Tommy Hilfiger and Zappos offer new products for disabled people or people who need some special equipment and clothes. And they do what? They do some no buttons clothes, magnetic closures, hidden velcros, zipperless designs, sensory-friendly fabrics, and accessible silhouettes for certain clinical treatments. And they also use them in their marketing campaign and show them and support them. Yet there is still plenty of opportunity for growth for mainstream retailers looking to serve this vast consumer market. People with disabilities make up the third largest market segment in the US, according to the Office of Disability Employment Policy, with a collective disposable income of $490 billion. It is a huge budget for that. And we can continue. And anti-aging is declining. As we hear the sentences, 40s is the new 30s, 50s is the new 40s. And actually, the age is not anymore an important issue for people nowadays. And the important thing is not the real age, but the feeling age and the mindset. And the important is the mindset is young. It is important. In 2016, the beauty industry witnessed a massive consumer attitude shift towards self-acceptance. Whether it is the no makeup movement or the sudden decline in anti-aging skincare, transparency and authenticity are now trending. Millennials drive this phenomenon, the influence and future implications of which are taking shape. As skincare sales mutate for younger women, it's becoming clear that their buying needs differ greatly from previous generations. Women of all ages and backgrounds are rejecting the fake facades of the Kardashian clan and embracing real beauty and body positivity, writes Julia Beardwood for Forbes.com. And when I'm concluding, at the beginning, I said the inclusivity is a trend, but now I'm concluding inclusivity is not a trend, but a business imperative. And in global arena, there is a huge potential for that, for the markets. And thank you for listening. Sorry for the trouble again. And if you have any question, I'm glad to answer them. And thank you, Mr. Binay.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Avide, for your presentation. Now, this is the end of our session. After us, the third one will go on. They will go on with the third session. So thank you very much to everyone and the audience also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.